Hi, I'm Erika Frantzve, Miss Arizona USA 2012, and you're watching Destination TV. Stay tuned for more action.
I did this instead of going to college, which is the great irony of the whole thing, to start a college movement without actually going to college. Only in America is that possible.
The Ole Miss fraternity member who taunted a black protester has been identified. Finance major J.P. Staples was filmed making ape noises at journalism student Jalen Smith at an on-campus protest.
One of those protesters in a short clip is seen allegedly making King Kong-type noises at the woman.
Good evening, Ole Miss.
This is a young white man who might have done something foolish for 2 seconds. Might have been under the influence of alcohol. Who knows? He's a frat boy.
Once upon a time there was a young boy. He grew up on the banks of the Mississippi.
We do not accept Jews because they reject Christ. We do not accept Papists because they bow to a Roman dictator. We do not accept Turks, Orientals, nor Negroes. We're here to protect Anglo-Saxon democracy and the American way.
What's wrong with these people?
1964, when America was at war with itself.
And our final two, please come forward. The next name I will read is the first runner-up. The first runner-up is a very important position because in any event that the winner cannot fulfill her duties, including winning Miss USA, the first runner-up will take over. The first runner-up. Scottsdale, Caitlin Willenchip. That means your new Miss Arizona USA 2012.
Tribalistic affinities with cult personality cults. Like, I don't follow personality cults, I follow Jesus Christ.
Charlie wasn't president. He wasn't even a politician. But he shaped a generation through his words.
Now, I know people associate martyrdom oftentimes with religion. That's actually a very narrow definition, okay? A much broader definition that you'll see in dictionaries. For example, this one, I think I saw this in the Oxford Dictionary. A martyr is basically someone who suffers or sacrifices for a cause in general, right? And martyrdom is the state of being a martyr. So when we say the martyrdom effect, we're looking, what's the effect of having to suffer for a cause?
And now he wears the crown of a righteous martyr.
So what's unique about it is the only other word for deification is apotheosis, or the apotheosizing of an individual. The apotheosizing of an individual means that they became God. It goes back to the Nimrodian worship, which is Nimrod is Apollo, is Osiris, is Apollyon, right? This is all the etymology of Nimrod, that Nimrod became Ibrahim. He became like a god. He became somehow this infusion of a demigod, half part man, part celestial being, something, this amalgamation of something supernatural, which is what it all goes back to.
This is about your legacy. Each one of you in this room, everyone watching.
Legacy, it's legacy. It's about my legacy, about your legacy, our children's legacy, my husband's legacy, but it's also about your legacy. And I really want you to take a minute tonight to think about what that is.
When you earn your voice and you stand up for what is right, that is a part of your legacy, your family's legacy, just as much as it is part of Charlie's legacy.
Even Trump with his arch soundbite thing about constructing this architectural arch.
Donald Trump is here.
Yeah.
Old friend of the show.
Big star.
Big star, big TV star. Reality television has spawned a whole new race of stars.
But I want to mention this about, before I move on too far from the arch, because the arch is it's just another layer, right? It's another layer of the reality of the lateness of the hour and what's going on.
Welcome back to Giants Post Game Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Hope you all had a happy and safe Halloween. I know Charlie Manning did. Eli's son said he wanted to dress up as his favorite Giants quarterback ever for Halloween.
Of course. Yeah, I love Halloween.
Got his wish dressing up as Jackson Dart with the chain and everything.
Yeah. He got his wish, and he got that chain on.
Not choosing to dress up as his dad, two-time Super Bowl champion Eli Manning, but choosing Jackson Dart. That's got to be humbling for Eli.
I think it probably stung a little bit for Eli.
What's very unique about this aspect of the erection of this arch, which is an exact replica of what Trump is building, by the way. It's an exact replica of the Arch of Titus, which is what's in Paris, which is what's in Manhattan, and there's about 3 or 4 other places in the world where this exact replica of the Arch of Titus is erected, and it is high-level esotericism.
They are also known as the gods of Olympus, who have been worshipped by humans of ancient Greece and throughout the Roman Empire from about 2000 BC to 500 AD. The worship of the gods fell with the rise of Christianity.
Shouldn't be lost on those with ears to hear, because it's actually rooted in one of the most arcane, prophetic, fulfillment-based, occultic, mystery, religion-based, prophetic fulfillment aspects of all of ancient, both Egyptian and Roman pantheon prophecy that's supposed to come to fruition through this land in the United States of America.
And whichever one will look good, I happen to think the Lord's looks much better.
I don't want it to be lost on the listeners that Trump is the one who said, I may be the second coming of Jesus Christ. I didn't say that, Trump said that. I don't want it to be lost that Trump is the one that said, I could be a God. Go ahead and do your research. He says it very publicly. I don't want it to be lost that it has been called the Prince of Peace. He's been called literally the Messiah from the highest ranking rabbinical order in Israel and been affirmed in that in Israel. And I also don't want it to be lost that Trump's chief deity that he worships and speaks to emphatically and consistently is Apollo.
Sol Invictus, meaning invincible sun or unconquered sun, was the official sun god of the late Roman Empire. Coincidentally, the man who lines up with the biblical descriptions for the Antichrist also has his own adulation of the sun god Apollo prominently displayed on the ceiling at his penthouse.
In fact, his New York penthouse suite is a giant effigy to Apollo. Paintings and frescoes and busts to Apollo.
God began a mighty work through my husband, and I intend to see it through.
And of course, the owner of the Miss Universe organization, Donald Trump.
And now joining us for the crowning moment.
I heard Donald Trump was coming on, and she wants to be the one who gets to go in the green room and have him sign his release.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
She's that into Donald.
I wonder what she's thinking. Maybe if he sees her, she'll get a job.
What is the schoolgirl outfit? Is Donald into underage girls or something?
I don't know.
Sizes of it, and it's going to be really beautiful.
Follow me to Mount Olympus, where I shall regale you with the family tree of gods known as the Olympians.
And I'll tell you, the devil would love nothing more than your territory.
By the way, it shouldn't be lost on anybody who Apollo is. Super random, right? I just think it's funny, but it's random. It's like Apollo was known for his golden wispy hair.
Against the flesh it is war against spiritual darkness and principalities, struggling, attaining these scars from inner battling, warring with the enemy, abstaining from his wickedness.
Yo, it's a hassle as I wrestle with anxiety, knowing there's certain things I can't change.
I think I have
a very high aptitude, and I think I was at the best schools and always did good. I was a good student. But there's only one thing I can do, and that's sometime prior to June, I can announce that I'm going to run.
Run, pass, option. I think that's my game.
Eli couldn't move, can't run, so.
You have been working until 3 a.m., you're running on fumes, and they can say, close your computer, put your phone away, just be still for a minute, breathe, and just take a minute, just put music on, go running, go work out.
Those are the attributes of Apollo.
Right now, we're in a session of equipping you for the big dreams, equipping you for the different storms that might come up.
Apollo was known for the art of the deal. I kid you not. He was known for being able to create deals between competing factions.
And I watched him. I thought he was so off. He wasn't. They bought the land and built all those towers on the West River as we know it today. You know, all those Trump towers along the river. That was the deal. How did he do that? I'll tell you what his masterful mind does. He is a genius at picking out the vulnerability of someone's personality. He can smell it, sense it, and trust it.
And to bring about peace where there could be no peace.
Trump has said quite seriously that he's a good enough bargainer to negotiate a nuclear disarmament treaty with the Russians.
Thank you, Mr. President, for honoring my husband in such a profound and meaningful way. And thank you for making this event a priority amid the peace process in the Middle East. Thank you.
By the way, the rider on the white horse in Revelation is Apollo.
Please welcome Erika Kirk.
Synthesizing on the back of your dollar bill, embedded within it is a prophecy as well about what Trump just made a public declaration of with regards to this arch.
Therapy through art, ritual through play. But chaos magicians noticed that when they condensed intention into symbols or sigils in emotional charge, the subconscious obeyed.
Wow, this place is awesome. Where do they keep the Archies? Oh no, you're thinking old school Archie. It's much more sophisticated now. Like there's 2 universes, and Archie's married to Betty in one and Veronica in the other. Midge is even breaking up with Moose. No. About time, right?
You know, it's said that Archimedes, the ancient Greek mathematician, discovered the principle of displacement while taking a bath. Better. It has a gold crown. You see, the king wondered how much gold was in it and charged Archimedes with coming up with the solution. Because the crown was irregularly shaped, there was no way to mathematically determine its volume. But while bathing, Archimedes realized he could immerse the crown and measure the amount the water rose.
Our apartment's on the 4th floor, but the elevator's broken, so you're gonna have to... Are you just gonna be done? Okay, cool, thanks. I guess we'll just bring it up ourselves.
I hardly think so.
Why not?
Well, we don't have a dolly or lifting belts or any measurable upper body strength.
We don't need strength. We're physicists. We are the intellectual descendants of Archimedes. Give me a fulcrum and a lever and I can move the earth. It's just a matter... I don't have this. I don't have this. I do not have this.
Archimedes would be so proud.
Then 10 tons of water flows out into the canal, which means this is balanced no matter how much is actually floating in it.
And Christians must learn how to adequately defend and fight for these freedoms in this now, very important cultural battle that we're in.
How does an awkward kid from Long Island become the self-proclaimed king of all media? King of all media.
Messages of support are coming in from both sides of the aisle, but some people haven't been as careful with their reactions to Kirk's assassination. One example, University of Mississippi officials fired an employee after they said the staff member reshared insensitive comments on social media regarding Charlie Kirk's murder.
Words are very, very powerful, and I think the minute that you start sliding in words thinking that they're synonyms for each other, that's when things can get kind of dangerous.
The worst possible interpretation is like, okay, he was being a jerk. It's like, okay, he was being a jerk.
Devil cannot touch your heart, but the devil can mess with your mind.
every young man out there, and every young white man in particular, I hope you're watching carefully. They want you dead. They want your entire life.
The statement said, in part, all of us have a responsibility to take seriously our commitment to upholding a civil and respectful campus environment.
And now he's been expelled by his Phi Delta Theta chapter.